Hi, it's Jasmin. You know, that girl who did you-know-what way before the internet ever existed. Join me and my special guest every week as we talk about anything and everything because nothing is too taboo. So punch your ticket and get on board the Krazy train with me, Jasmin St. Clair. All aboard! Okay, so we're back for round 2 with John Wayne Bobbitt because it's such a fascinating story of how smears, lies, and basically a campaign of attacking someone's character and the truth, most importantly, affects them. So, obviously, some of you who don't know the history, John Wayne Bobbitt was a Marine, right? You're in the Marines? And he served our country, and for this type of gross terrorist act to mankind or to your manhood is like unforgivable. Now, there are all these other circumstances around it. Like when you told me she was this close to getting her citizenship and it's going to get pulled, of course, people are going to go crazy. Someone's going to do something really irrational. Like I've done my share of irrational people, but not like that. So let's jump into the night. It's established that you met her at a Marine ball. She went there fishing for her green card. That's the way I put it. If I'm being harsh, I'm being harsh. I'm sorry. The eventful night she came home, you guys were arguing.
Arguing?
Is that what happened that night that you came in and decided to make that life choice for you?
No, there was no arguing. There was silent treatment.
Okay.
So she was giving me the silent treatment. We were talking to each other, so there was no communication, no fighting at all. And it was a 2 months had gone by. When that incident happened, where she was just giving me the silent treatment, she wouldn't talk to me because I was working at a nightclub across the street. I just got the job, and that's when she started talk. She stopped talking to me when I got the nightclub job, bouncing at the nightclub. Women kind of throw themselves at me, back then, so. I was a lucky guy, It's like, well, I was married, but I wasn't fooling around, just telling her that, I was, working an extra job. But she didn't like that job.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
She didn't want me to work at. Well, I was trying to make extra money. It was right across the street, and that was within, distance. You can actually walk next door. You're there, And she said she was going to spy on me, and lo and behold, the night of our wedding anniversary, when the club opened, girls were flirting with me and slipping their number in my back pocket, and I think she caught it. Who knows? I didn't ask for these flirtations and hickeys and stuff. I didn't ask for it.
No.
But it gets me in trouble.
Just for the record, we always go through your guys' pockets. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I do that, but we always go through your shit. We will go through your pockets. We will find stuff, and sometimes we'll just call the other number. Did she ever call any of these girls?
Probably. But, if before the night, night she attacked me, she probably went through my pockets and found the, numbers. And I totally forgot because I'm working and I'm doing my job. I go home, I go to bed. The numbers are still there, and she finds them. And the Asian girl that hit me on my bicycle, she had a big role in what happened, because there was a lot of things that made her upset and jealous and angry. And because of the silence treatment, I just said, I'm leaving. I'm done. I can't take it anymore. I don't want to live with a narcissist. So how do you escape the narcissist? You guys know what narcissism is, and I've been plagued with that. Not only just with Lorena, but afterwards. I should have just stuck with my, girlfriends that I was dating in high school and, church going girls. They were decent. They were traditional. They weren't modern. Lorena became a modern woman through her boss. Her boss owned a chain of beauty salons, and I don't know. Just if you want to be a traditional woman, then be a good traditional woman. And then you got these modern women that are just bad behavior. I mean, really bad behavior.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I
The difference between, because there's got to be bad women. There can't be just all good women, right? Like men, because there can't be just all good men. There's bad men too,
yeah, they
right?
usually have man buns on, and they ride, I call them bitch buns. They ride bicycles, they ride little scooters. They don't know how to ride a motorcycle. Oh, they ask their dads for money. Um, and they wear like those really tight pants. Like they wear women's pants. They're like too skinny, like modern boys or bitches, whatever you want to call them. Modern women, these aren't women. These are like fourth wave feminists that attack masculinity in a really negative way to the point where they're like, oh, well, we don't need men. Well, if you don't need men, how are you going to fuck? How are you going to have kids? Who's going to, do certain things? You going to get a strap on?
Who's gonna fix the house? Who's gonna fix the car?
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
who's, who's gonna handle all the infrastructure? You know, that's all men. Men do all that.
Yeah. Go get your nails done or
So
something.
truck driving. It's all pretty much dominantly male. I mean, there's more girls driving trucks these days because it's getting easier driving these things.
I don't know.
You know,
I haven't
it's
tried
fun.
it yet. I want to try.
That's fun. They make a movie, a truck driving movie.
That'll be cool.
Uh, we're due for another truck driving movie.
Yeah.
I think the last one was done with Patrick Swayze did. Like the last one was was called Road Dog. Uh,
Roadhouse.
he passed away. Road
Road
Dog.
Dog, Roadhouse. It was one of those two.
Road Dog.
Yeah.
Black Dog. It was called Black Dog.
Black Dog. Yeah, he looked good in it though. Not as good as Dirty Dancing. So now let's go back to the whole thing. That night. That night when she actually did this thing. I hate saying what it is because I'm gonna be I'll admit something at the end of today that you don't know, but uh, that I've wished on men. Now, when she actually pulled this knife out, did you see it? And what was that feeling? I mean, what was the feeling that went through your brain as soon as you realized, hey, this bitch cut my dick off?
Well, I didn't know that. I had no. I was confused at the time. You know, I think you're jumping ahead though, because there was a lot that happened before she actually did it.
Okay.
You
If it's
know,
not going to
because
re-traumatize you, I want you to go through that because I'm just trying to think of the steps. We went through double silent treatment, which is very dangerous.
before the incident, we were all me and my friend were all out all night. Where we had very little to drink we had very little to drink that night, and we went to Denny's at the end of the night. So, but the Denny's went home, and every played up there because we went out. We were intoxicated. You can't automatically assume that somebody's intoxicated just because they go out. And we weren't intoxicated at all. They did, but they played it up that way. That way, they wanted to make people believe that we were, drunk. We weren't even close. We weren't even close to being drunk. So they don't serve alcohol at Denny's. We had breakfast and coffee, and we went home. So it was late, and I went right to sleep. I was exhausted. So, and now she wants to talk because I'm leaving her. But she said she would move out. So, but she was really upset because the infidelity, the thought of infidelity, abandonment, and neglect, rejection. So she tried to punish me by giving me the silent treatment because I was working at a nightclub. So I punished her right back. Okay, we're getting divorced, and that made her really upset. You know, so I'm punishing her. So okay, if you're giving me the silent treatment, there's no point in being married. You know, because you're not talking. You know, instead of talking about it, you know, and reasoning it out, she just gave me the silent treatment. So now she wants to talk that night. So, but I'm sleeping. She wants to know where I was, and I told her that I was at the Holiday Inn. Maybe it was just to punish her again, but it wasn't. I wasn't really there. I stopped there, but the band that was supposed to be there wasn't there at the time, and so we left and went somewhere else. So I was thinking like, okay, she wants to know where I was or where we were. So I gave her, try to give her a long story short, a one-word answer, because I was trying to sleep. I just wanted to sleep. I didn't want to have a conversation. So I just said, Holiday Inn, and I went back to sleep. So uh, that pissed her off, probably. That was the wrong thing to say. I should have said, I should have said Denny's, because that she wouldn't have done it. But now she's thinking I'm having an affair at the Holiday Inn with some Asian girl that hit me on my bicycle 4 days prior. So she gets a knife. She don't want a divorce. She wants my friend to leave. She wants to have children, but she's giving this. She's narcissistic, and she gets up and goes gets a drink of water in the kitchen. She picks up the knife, goes back in because here I'm leaving her the third time, and I think that was very devastating to her, and it hurt her deeply. That I hear I'm leaving her the third time, and she thinks I'm having an affair already, and she's trying to save the marriage. She's actually trying to save the marriage. Okay, now, it's like, okay, she can't save the marriage. Now she turns Jodi Arias. So she goes in the bedroom. She sits beside me and she said, "You hurt my feelings. You did it again, again, and again." I didn't hear her say that, but that's her testimony. She's working herself up to actually do the act. She's trying to get herself upset. So I didn't respond. So that made her more upset. And she just grabs my thing and cuts it at the base.
Ouch. Okay.
So that's the reality of the whole thing. If you look at the transcripts and you re-interview people and her testimony, and she and I didn't think that she did that at that point in time, because I sprung up in pain. I was bleeding. I looked down. It's like, wow, there's blood everywhere. She's already gone. I didn't know where she went. So I'm thinking, I was really exhausted. I was really tired. Now, if you've ever seen that movie, Freddy Krueger,
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm
Yeah.
Street, that's the way it was. Kind of like Johnny Depp. He played the role of Glenn in that movie, and he got sucked down into the bed,
Yep.
and there was blood all over the place. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was Freddy Krueger. I thought he did it.
Might as well.
I thought Freddy Krueger, because I was sleeping, and I was like, okay, well, damn, I better not go back to sleep. I'm still alive. So go to my friend and said, well, you gotta get me into the hospital, and make sure you go to sleep. Get me awake. So that's what I thought. Until later on, a few minutes later, everything starts, kicking in,
Mm-hmm.
And I heard a real loud grunt when she did that as she was running out the door. And I think she said, "Damn, this thing's heavy."
Well, then she's holding part of your dick. And if we have to, I don't mean to get graphic. I'm not trying to be an asshole. But how many inches approximately? And mind you, guys, this is flaccid. It's not hard because no guy gets his dick hard with a knife bite. Well, maybe some do. But how many inches did she cut off?
Well, the whole thing.
She cut your whole dick off. So there's nothing even by the base of your dick. It's like gone.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah, so I'm like
Jesus.
about I'm 6 foot 190 pounds, so my penis size was about 7 to 8.
Right.
Length. It's a pretty good size. She liked it.
I'm sure. So, so she
liked it.
has your cock in her hands, literally, not figuratively speaking. And what happens now when you hear her like running out the door saying, "Damn, this thing is so heavy"? What happens to you next?
Try to throw some clothes on, like sweatpants, and I get my friend. He told me to get in the hospital. He got up and he thought I was getting him up to go to work, and he went and brushed his teeth, and then he woke up and he got me. Excuse me. We went to the hospital. We got there within 10 minutes because I was bleeding out. So I lost like over 3/4 of my blood that time I got to the hospital. And she went to her boss's house.
Yeah.
to basically figure out how she was going to get away with it. And she got away with it. I think they orchestrated a plan to keep her from going to prison. And she's the only woman in history that did that and got away with it. You know, she had a good, you know, false script, false narrative.
Was she
But her boss took control. Lorraine had
okay?
no control of what was going on. It was just her boss. Her boss orchestrated the witnesses that came, and they're all false testimony. She wrote the false script. The false script didn't work right away. They went to the detective, and the detective was interviewing Lorena, but her boss was there. So Lorena wasn't staying on script, and she was incriminating herself. So her boss was like, we're done here. We gotta get a lawyer. So, and then I can send you the police report.
Yeah.
So you have that. I can send you the court transcripts and her court transcripts, so you can read it all, and you can understand what exactly happened. So what I'm telling you makes sense. The lies, the deceit, the manipulation, the cover up. Just so you understand it all
Hmm.
from
But
the beginning
we're
to the
missing
end.
one thing. Okay, or two things actually. First of all, finding the penis. Who found it? Where did they find it?
Oh, well, she threw it out of a car window across from a 7-Eleven, I guess,
Okay.
and they found it there.
The police, EMT.
Sent out a search party. Yep.
Okay.
It was they had a hard time finding it. Not that it was small. It was just that some cop was sitting on it.
What?
It was some cop was sitting on it. He thought it was a log, so they had to get a crane and crane it onto a flatbed. They had to crane it onto a flatbed. Got to the truck. But anyways, got to the hospital, and it was like 10.5 hour surgery, reconstructive surgery, and I was going to kill myself.
Yeah.
So it would just been a one-sided story. So now I can come out and explain in detail what really happened, you know, in detail, what she don't want to know. She don't want that, and neither does her boss, because he can get in real trouble, big trouble for what they did.
She said that you were hitting her or beating her. Not that that constitutes. It doesn't validate cutting a dick off. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I hit her, she'd be dead. If I was a violent man, she'd be dead right now.
Okay.
I'd kill her if I was violent. But because of who I am and being in the military, and I handle it pretty well and bounce back. I didn't want her give her the satisfaction that she hurt me. But anyways, when she said that I hit her, it's the other way around. It's called blame shifting. She was the abuser, and I didn't recognize that. Well, hang on a minute. Well, when I look back, no, you were the attacker, not me. And then it's most of the time, it's always the woman's the attacker. And who gets blamed? The man. And any psychologist will tell you that. Behind closed doors, women get mad, and they get in a big fight. Woman's wailing, scratching, biting, throwing things, frying pan, rolling pin. And who gets in trouble? The guy. And the guy's confused too. It's like he don't know what's going on. It's the girl that caused all the violence. That's reality. And then she blame shifts. So he's the guy. He's the violent one. But no one saw anything. And where's the proof? In Lorena's case, there's no proof that she ever got abused by me.
Hmm.
Small girl. Why would I hit her? I don't
Well,
hit anybody.
yeah. I mean,
I mean, I'm trained to defend the nation, not beat up on our own
yeah,
civilians.
exactly. Yeah, because she is small, and I am thinking about this. Like, yeah, I don't believe you hit her. I believe, that it's an easy way out of things, especially in that era. And yeah, we do
I I,
hurt
I, I
people.
I hit her I hit her and I hurt her severely, but not physically.
You hit her.
It was emotionally.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Then she said emotional abuse.
In the Bible, it's called "the words can cut mightier than the deepest sword." So when I told her I wanted a divorce, that hurt bad. And my friend came over, that hurt her bad. When I was at the nightclub and the girls were flipping, that hurt her really bad. When the Asian girl hit me on my bicycle and brought me to her house and loaned me her bike, and she came over with a new one. She, that hurt her. Hurt her bad. And this it has a lot to do with she was really attached to me. I was her. She didn't want anybody around me. Because she was always afraid someone was going to take me away from her. She didn't want no one around. She wanted no one interference. Just me and her and a family and children and her American dream and her citizenship. So that was really important to her. And then she wanted to chain migrate. She wanted to get her family over here too. So that was another goal of hers. But when I decided to say, "Hey, I'm done. I'm done. I can't take this anymore," and I'm out. Why didn't she just leave me alone? Just let me go. No, she hung around. She didn't. She didn't move out. She was supposed to move out on Sunday. She hung around till Wednesday. Why? Either tell your friend to leave, and she can save the marriage, and or she could go to Plan B. That's what Jodi Arias did. She had Plan A, Plan B. She was going to go see Travis and try to save the relationship because he got an engagement ring for another girl. So she went there to prevent that from happening, and it didn't work. So she went crazy, started stabbing him. Same scenario. Come on, you're a woman.
I wouldn't go
You
that.
can
No,
relate
okay,
to
well, look,
this.
I wouldn't go that far. Like I could tell you now what I was going to tell you at the end. I've said to guys before, "I hope your dick falls off." Okay, I've literally told guys, like, "I've wished your cock's falling off." And there's some guys that don't deserve to have a dick. Pedophiles for one, and rapists. Then, of course, people I just don't like. So, and that's a list of like 10 or more people. But this whole thing is just okay. We do crazy shit, but I would never. Okay, that time that back in the 90s, I had a boyfriend. He was this playgirl centerfold, and we had this thing. But I did the silent treatment that is very deadly. We had double silent treatment going, and I called his house and I hung up. I didn't feel like leaving a message. He came over to my apartment, went up the side of the fire escape. He was in my living room, and I started freaking out, and I was throwing shit at him, and I punched him. Now, this is right after the OJ trial. So the cops showed up like that. And they're like, "Well, do you want to press charges, ma'am?" "No, I should be pressing charges. She gave me a black eye." So he didn't press charges. I didn't press charges. But they're very quick to take women's side, especially like in that era. That's why I think she got away with saying, "Oh, well, I was physically hurt and he was doing this and doing that." She had these fourth wave feminists and like the man hater club on her side. They're probably like licking each other's vaginas or something. So from the time you got that penis, like that surgery took a while. How long did it actually take till your penis was functioning to have sex? And does it work without those injections or anything like that?
Well, I was healing
Okay.
when after the surgery, and it took a while. The doctor said it would take 2 years to fully heal. So it was kind of getting there gradually, and so it was fully functional. But I was doing the movies, the adult film, a year later. So, and I wasn't ready. So I had to take the injections for erection. Basically, I was half cocked. In 2 years, I got 1 year.
Half.
1 year I'm doing films. I was half cocked, yeah.
But how did that happen with the
You
film?
know,
Like, did he just come up to you? Like, how did he even find you to ask you, "Hey, you want to do an adult film?"
I was hanging out with Latoya Jackson back then. She was doing Playboy Video, and we went to a Playboy Wet n Wild party, and some adult film guys were there, and I said, "Hey, want to make do a cameo on one of our films?" Because like a lot of celebrities do cameos, right? A lot of celebrities in my film that did cameos, like what's his name, Vince
Mm-hmm.
Neil. We did a threesome at his house. He was drinking whiskey. Um, Lemmy from Motorhead, Ice T, for example. So so they wanted me to do a cameo, and then my manager, which was married to Latoya, suggested maybe we sit down and go over you know a retaliation adult video, so I can so this is gonna hurt Lorena. It did. She told Oprah. She told Oprah, yeah.
Fuck Oprah.
She didn't like that.
Fuck Oprah.
Fuck Oprah.
Yeah. Ill.
Yeah, Oprah and Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we we organized basically a sit down so we can go over the details of doing an adult film and telling my story. But it was a rough version of the story. It wasn't like a detailed psychological part, where you can understand, explain the psychology of the whole thing, and that's what needs to be done. So, like you and your boyfriend, I can explain that too. I mean, you and him had, narcissistic, and you guys had different styles of conflict. There's like four different styles of conflict. There's win lose, avoiding, yielding, and constructive, right?
Yeah. It's dysfunctional. Look, it's two people with big egos, and it's two people, whatever. I thought it was funny. I still speak to him to this day, by the way. Um, yeah. But I would say we were dysfunctional. I mean, yeah.
It's all about strengthening your soul and learning how to love deeply. I think that's the main thing, and that's what's dying these days. Go to church, read the Bible, and to get God in your life and Jesus in your life, and strengthen your soul. Keep the demons out of your body. So you don't get mad, get violent, and you can talk things out and show love for each other. Be constructive. I love you. I don't want to hurt you. You know,
No, I'd rather do
Vice versa.
double silent treatment. That's more fun.
Oh, it's more fun. Oh, the drama. You like the drama. I don't know.
I'm joking.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when
Yeah.
guys say, "Hey,
Well,
let's talk maturely like adults," it's like, "Fuck you. This is boring. Like, I'm out of here. I'm not going to go talk like an adult." That's like the most boring thing you could say to a level-headed woman. So,
yeah.
getting back to this, so like you're in the you're doing the porn film, and these girls were drop dead gorgeous. By the way, it was Frankenpenis, it was Crystal Gold, Tiffany Lords, Jasmin Aloha. I think Ron Jeremy. What was Ronnie in it at some point?
Tiffany Lords,
Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy
There
directed.
you go.
Yep, the film.
Uncut.
He kept falling asleep.
Yes, yes, narcoleptic. How long did the actual process take for the film, and how long did it take for you to maintain an erection that was workable with for the film?
Oh, it was very difficult. Both films, because the first film was reconstructive surgery. The second film was an enlargement. They had enlargement for the second one. They called it
Yeah.
Frankenpenis. So, and yeah, I had a lot of size and girth on that one. I had a lot of size and girth on it. Then I got a reduction in 2016. The same doctor that did the reconstruction, Dr. Berman, he did the reduction. I can send you pictures.
Really? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
interesting. Okay, so Dr. Berman, so that's good. So is he still
Berman's.
operating these days? Is he around?
Yeah, he's got a clinic in Sterling, Virginia called Berman Beauty.
Okay, so anyone who wants a dick enlargement, go to Dr. Berman in Virginia. It's a great idea.
He did Brooke Shields.
Brooke Shields went there?
Yeah,
Not for a dick enlargement.
Brooke Shields. No,
Okay, gonna make sure.
no, this is cosmetic surgery. He's good. He's been doing it for a long time.
I think what's upset me throughout this whole thing was I see all these things with Lorena on it, and she's sitting there. By the way, she blew up like a fucking pig. I just gotta say, a frickin' pig. Excuse my English. Uh, it's like she's sitting there with her poorly bleached hair and shitty skin, by the way, just going on this whole. She's like playing Victimology 101 and just one upping on the victim train. This. Have you ever thought about a civil litigation against her and potentially her lover, her boss, the boss, to potentially sue them for what they've done? Because this is very unrepairable. You can't repair shit like this. Hey, I know that a lot of you like betting on football and fantasy football and also those cute other casino games. There is one place online that has the best lines possible and every type of sport you could bet on. It's betonline.ag. So make sure you check out betonline.ag and play whatever you want to. Play fantasy football, play slots, play blackjack. They have something for everyone. BetOnline.ag.
Yeah, I thought about it. I mean, there's statute of limitations on defamation, isn't there?
Yes,
Yeah.
but cutting your dick off,
Yeah, I'd like to get a lawyer to handle it,
huh?
but well, I'd like to get a lawyer to handle it.
And cutting your penis off, I don't know. That's physical injury, so I don't know if there's something that goes along with that because it's a special case. You never hear of like someone getting their dick cut off, and then, I mean, it's like attempted murder because you bleed out.
It's assault with a deadly weapon. Well, because she only had one charge of a malicious wounding. They could have charged her with, and the prosecution left the door open for those other charges, and there's no statute of limitations on them, so I can pursue it at any time, and go after her, and then she's got to prove the case, and but now I got it all figured out now, got the whole thing figured out, so yeah, but the prosecution. The charge was a felony, but they had to drop it down to a misdemeanor. Misdemeanor?
No.
No. Well, my evidence wouldn't stand up in court.
Yeah, it's worth like going back down that road. I think
Andrew gets it.
Andrew gets it because
Andrew
Andrew's
gets
a
it.
guy. He's the producer, by the way, everyone, and he gets it. Because he's a fellow male. I don't think anyone would really want this to happen. The last time I told a guy, "I hope your dick falls off," he took those he did a dick injection, and he was hard for over 24 hours in Brazil, and he had to get his penis drained, and he couldn't have sex for a year. It was fucking awesome. I'm like, yeah, woo.
You must have had a lot of hate for him.
No, I think I was just being a bitch. But yeah. So anyway, moving right along. So now it's post penis enlargement, penis, everything. What was your life like after that? Like, did you move on to doing what did you move on to doing with your life, and how did it affect you emotionally?
Well, I worked normal jobs, and then did the adult films and went on tour and did radio and television and stuff. Did a lot of interviews, and then then I joined the Carpenters Union. I was a carpenter for a while, building stuff, houses and hospitals, schools, Vegas. Did a lot of projects there in Vegas, and I've been truck driving for a long time. In the military, Camp Lejeune. I was there, but driving's been my main occupation. So, I just got a new truck, so I pick it up tomorrow. So, yeah, I love it. It's great. Love being on the road.
Do people recognize you?
No,
No one recognizes you?
no, because I shave my head.
You get a wig.
A wig? Nah. Guys are supposed to have hair. Women are supposed to have hair, not men.
I don't know about that, man, but I guess I don't know. I have this thing for like mullet haircuts. I don't think they're sexy. I just have like a thing for like mullet hair, like mullet history. Yeah, anyway, so
Oh, really? Oh, well, I can wear a wig for that. I get a mullet hair
no,
wig.
it's a lifestyle behind it. It's like the whole thing. You got to drink the right beer. You got to have the right activities. The right there's so many things to go with just having a mullet haircut. I yelled at a 22-year-old for having a mullet haircut. He's like, "Well, I like wrestling. Like Marty Jannetty, the Rockers had them." I'm like, "Okay, never mind. You get a free pass." So, what does the ideal life look like for you?
Well, I got a lot of interest in doing my story and through different networks, maybe Netflix. Uh, Tell my story in a series. So not only I want people to understand my story, not only mine, but every other victim out there that suffered and didn't get justice. I mean, you should get justice if something really bad happened to you. They shouldn't get away with it. And that's the message, really. Don't. It's called buying time to get away with the crime. They like to go. they're not taken into custody right away and asked what happened, so they can get the information without it being distorted. You know, and oh, okay, okay, so some people just admit it. And you know, Jodi Arias, it's like she threw everything in the laundry, and she threw everything in the washing machine and took off to another guy's house and had sex with him. Cover up.
She was actually pretty hot. Um, I get what happened. Like, I don't side with what she did, but I understand. Like, she loved him a lot, but he was basically telling her, "You're not good enough to marry me. You're not good enough." Like, he made fun of her behind her back to his little Mormon friends. He made fun of her, and that's what really hurt her. And I'm not trying to excuse what she did. I think it's just horrible. Is there a better way she could have handled it? Yeah, there's a much better way. Like knock him around a little bit, or like put itching powder in his clothes, put eye drops in his fucking drink to give him diarrhea. Like that's all you have to do, seriously. And there are ways to get itching powder. You could just from fiberglass, if you shred it, you could put it in someone's clothes and it causes them to itch. I once put that in someone's clothes in a dryer like less than a few months ago. So there are other ways you could do things to get even with someone without hurting them, cutting their dick off, or like murdering them or anything like that.
Or do the same thing to a girl, put that kind of stuff in her panties, hot sauce, whatever,
I didn't know about that,
Tabasco
but
sauce.
that's evil. Ouch. That's never been done to me.
Well, girls can be really, what I mean, if girls are really mean and nasty and evil, and why can't you do the same thing to them?
Sure. No problem.
It's like that's what's the Lorena. Okay, if you hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you 10 times worse.
Yeah, we do that
You're gonna get it.
sometimes.
You're gonna get really bad. That's why I got my penis cut off.
Yeah.
I broke her heart. She cut my penis off.
Yeah, that's a bit much. I hope someone cuts her vagina off, or not that they cut it off, or
It's
someone
like
like sews it tight, or just what I hope. Huh?
Glenn Glenn Close. Glenn Close.
Yes, the actress. Uh huh.
Yeah. Fatal Attraction.
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty creepy with the bunny rabbit. But I just think like people put themselves in situations, and that was all him for engaging with her. Like the second I saw that bitch, I'm like, she looks crazy. Like I binge watch shows with these crazy women that home wreck. So like you name any type of trick in the book, or if you tell me any scenario, within a couple seconds, I could totally tell you how it plays out. Like when the whole thing with Lorena, when it happened back then, I said, I bet she was here illegally and she needed her green card or something, or her citizenship. That's what this is. That's why they're even like probably together to start with. Whether I'm right or like partially right, I don't know. But when I said, what does the ideal life look like for you? Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to maybe retire? Do you want to move to Thailand, Timbuktu, Kazakhstan?
Probably just disappear. Someplace really nice, where just really just be around really good people. You got to find a place where just good people exist. No bad people. I mean, our country is plagued with all kinds of bad corruption and narcissism and Machiavellian, psychopathy, all that stuff. It's like, I don't know. It's like, where are the good people?
I don't know. They're out there.
I mean, they're out there, but not as much as it was. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. It's gradually gotten worse and worse over time. So maybe I'm thinking, I don't want to mention, but some Asian country,
Yeah, I know quite a
and learn the
few.
language and the
Yeah.
culture.
You start now, though.
Learn the language and culture. Buy a house or a ranch, something. You know, maybe I'll become Chinese. You know,
Yeah.
just build, ranch, learn the language, and I like that. Because I was in Japan for a
Hmm.
year, and I learned a lot of the language and the culture was great. And you know, Thailand, Philippines, you know, I don't know, not Korea,
Yep.
but yeah, So what are you gonna do?
Me? Well, I have, well, part of the year, and people don't know this because I have the same setup in a totally different foreign country. I live in a town with 620 something residents. It's in a really tiny town in Europe. I don't tell anyone where because the last thing we need are these American like influencers. Oh my God. Like this younger generation with their cell phone cameras, you just want to like smash to the ground and stomp on, coming over there and taking photos. And they've tried to come into the town to do stuff and they're not welcome. We don't allow Airbnb. In fact, everyone knows everyone. And they have very strict zoning laws. So I'm in the middle of rebuilding my dad's property there. So I've been back and forth in like this middle of this blueprint like nightmare. What's this person over there? But so it's just that, and then to keep doing my podcast, and I don't know, maybe I'll become yeah, maybe I don't know. I'll get into some kind of political thing over there. I still got involved in politics quite a bit in California.
Yeah,
It's fun though because I like
really?
fighting, I like arguing, and I like showing stupid people how stupid they sound and how much common sense they lack. So right now I'm in the middle of a lawsuit with a certain city in Santa Monica. It's actually a class action suit. I rounded up 800 residents to go after a specific city.
Oh,
Yeah. So maybe I'll start something in the new town and then keep up with like my vintage jewelry business. And that's it. That's like a happy life. And then I have my black cat. I have Enzo. So like as long as he's there and I intend to keep wrestling for another like year or two. And I just like to do things. Like I just do it as long as I can and then when I'm done, I always have like other things to do. Yeah. So I was just funny. Hold on. It was the lawyer actually. In in hang on a second, and I know this is where he's gonna pause and make these really cute edits. Okay, yeah. So yeah. So eventually, like, I just do things that I like doing, and then when I'm done, I'm done, and I'll probably do acting over there in Europe, and the shows there they're better. I like the actors there, they're a lot more talented than a lot of these American actors you have to deal with. And some of the stuff like we're fighting for with SAG, like who the fuck gives a shit about getting transgender care in a different state? Is that what you'd rather have than like our AI rights protected? They should like take that off the table, okay? Number two, if you're a background actor, you shouldn't be getting hair and makeup unless you're in a period piece. Your background, your fucking background. You know exactly what you're supposed to do. Just stand there and do whatever it is you're doing. Um, so it's just stupid things like that they're fighting for that are super small. And the bigger picture is AI, which will destroy us. So yeah.
oh
No
yeah.
AI, God damn it. So it's become such a challenging thing, but I like doing this. I like being involved politically. I was president of the debate club in school. Then I ran for like class president. Then after that, they didn't have class presidents. I took all the funds that were supposed to be for like really stupid things and I used it for more important things, like better food in the cafeteria. So I got busted for that.
Better food in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
We ain't busted for that.
Well, I took the money. We were supposed to use it for
Why?
some bullshit. Oh, then the other thing, it was to the French. It was some class trip to this French thing to this French restaurant. It was really expensive, so it was like a $3,000. All these donations that were supposed to go towards something else with some other bullshit cause. So I took it instead and took everyone to this French restaurant and to see this movie in French at the French Institute down the street. So it was like I treated it as a cultural trip. Yeah, so I couldn't run again. But anyway, yeah, so it's a lot of things I'm going to end up doing. So if people want to find you, and if you want to be found on social media, how do they actually find you?
I'm just not. I'm not. I don't know. I just have two Facebook pages.
Okay.
John Bobbitt and John Wayne Bobbitt. So you find me there. You know. Um, so Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a podcast or anything. I thought about starting one,
You
but
should.
I'd rather just join other people's podcasts. Just make a do a schedule. When things start slowing down next year, I can start traveling and doing a lot of it. Podcast interviews. You know, working with a true crime story reporter. He's affiliated with a lot of the networks. So, and he's working on. Um, he's got three net. Well, NBC, Peacock, and Netflix are interested in doing the story.
I wonder if it's
So,
someone I know because I know the guy very well who did the Menendez brother book and the series
yeah.
as well. Interesting. Is this an American person?
Oh yeah, yeah, yep. He actually he hosted a show,
Okay.
and he did a story on me with Reels TV called "Scandals Made Me Famous." So he told my story, but I told him, you got it wrong.
Yeah.
You know, you got this. Your network got it wrong. Everybody who ever tried to talk about my story never got it right because they never had all the information that they needed.
Be
It
careful.
was just one
Be
sided.
careful because
But
my friend Teddy Hart did that. He's a wrestler from Canada. And this filmmaker destroyed his career. Like he promised him one thing, and Teddy was even a financial backer in the project. They fucked his life up.
right,
Like he's been this close to killing himself. So just when he thought it was going to put his story out there, they made him out to be a murderer and put all this stuff on him.
well,
And he's permanently canceled. Like he's not the same Teddy I knew like 10 years ago. So all I'm saying is no matter what someone might have somewhere else, I've done stuff on Reels here and there, please be careful. And like get a lawyer to have
well,
something in the back written down that's got to be you have final approval of everything before it goes out because you could fuck yourself really bad.
yeah.
Not in a good way. Yeah.
Um, I'm a survivor. I'll end up doing it myself. I'll just I'll have my own budget. So I have my own money. So I'll just do the whole thing, my project myself. I'll go down and see Clint Eastwood or someone like that, and script it all out. You know, fact finding, truth seekers. People who want to know the truth.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
And there's people who don't care about the truth. Yeah, so that's what we need. Is just the people who really care about you know, pitching the true story, the genuine article.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, hopefully I could help you in that respect one day. I mean, I know a couple of people that would be interested in this, but you got to be careful, especially when you start getting these women involved. The women are the worst ones because they're going to try to like be all woke and be all like, "Oh, well, she was a victim," like that bullshit. There are male victims out there, everyone, and we all know this. I know someone listening has been the victim of some psychotic bitch.
yeah, psychotic. And the thing is that if they're I would say covert
Mhm.
narcissist or cerebral or malignant narcissist, they'll do everything they can to destroy you.
Of course.
I mean, they attack you, and it's not over yet. They haven't fully destroyed you, you know. And you try to survive and try to get away from them and go gray rock, distance yourself and go no contact with the you know the narcissist. And I had to escape a few times from narcissistic people, and it's hard. And they try to hurt you in any way they can,
Yeah,
and
that's
I
true.
just leave me alone. And it's like that from women too, narcissistic women, men, stalkers or guys that don't quit or give up or vice versa.
Yeah.
I mean, Carrie Underwood took a Louisville slugger to both headlights.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he cheated, so she got pissed. Dug his seat, dug her initials in his car, scratched up his car, smashed his, you know. You know the song, Carrie Underwood song.
No, I never really
What
cared
did
for
she?
her. I never followed her.
Carrie Underwood. Well,
I
okay.
know who
Well,
she
she
is
has a
though, but I
song where
just
she got
never liked
even.
her for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, we're supposed to be in loving relationships
yeah.
where people care about each other, love, care, respect, and and you can't get that without strengthening your soul. You got to really work on people. I'm talking generally, and they say that go to church, read the Bible, and strengthen your soul. And love is what we need most of, even you. You get a lot of love from good people, and you give love. And, it's what we need most of. It's also what we don't give enough of
Mhm.
is love,
That's true.
and that's what the world needs. I mean, I can see a mother giving birth and loving her baby. You know, you got that deep connection. I mean, and if you strengthen your soul, you can develop a deep connection to for everything God created. Because the stronger a man's soul, the deeper he learns to love and love more deeply. That's Leonardo da Vinci. The stronger a man's soul, the deeper he learns to love. And that's a pretty powerful quote.
Yeah. Bless you for thinking like that, because I certainly have zero tolerance for a lot of
So
people. Um,
you can't give up on love,
no, 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 no.
Jasmine.
I just like look. You know what? It's
Give up
like
on
I
love.
keep a super small
Don't
circle.
give up on
No, I keep a
love.
super small circle of people around because it's just like it's less bullshit you have to deal with. I live in a town part of the year with under 700 people. There's a reason for that. And it's wonderful. It's
Yeah.
lovely. No bitch buns there, and they don't really speak English there, which is fine by me because I speak their
Are
language
you
perfectly fine.
do, do you have a lover that you're deeply in love with?
Yeah, myself.
What?
I just wanted to plug in a quick word from one of our sponsors, which is one of my personal favorites because I am an avid beef eater. And I decided to start getting my stuff at freedomfirstbeef.com. It's got a shelf storage of 10 to 25 years. It's all freeze dried. It's a veteran owned small business. If you pop over to their website, freedomfirstbeef.com, and you use my code, Jasmin, you can get 15% off.
You draw a name in your sand, buy yourself flowers.
I don't really care about that. I think I'm more. I care more about. I care more about
Nice.
like the professional aspect of everything than all that other stuff because that other stuff, I like to travel. I just like to do my thing. I have my cat and like that's great, but like I really
Yeah.
like I have so many things I'm focused on, right?
Oh,
So it's like I keep
oh,
myself
okay.
so busy, but I don't really like get mixed up in all that because I have like zero tolerance for people. I have zero tolerance for a lot of bullshit. I dumped this guy because he lied to me about the fact that he had kids that were like under 18 or under 16. I'm like, I don't want any part of that. Like, I just don't want to have like this boggle down because behind the kids is a mama, then there's baby mama drama. I just want to deal with it. Lo and behold, I was right. So I just got rid of that shit. So yeah, I just like to travel. I have my friends, I have my family, and I'm good. I have things that I have to do. I think I'm just caught up in the adrenaline of everything else that I get involved in to really care about anything else than that. I'm the worst partner ever because I will always put work before anyone else, except for my family. But I will always put stuff I have to do before a guy. And if I feel like I just want to get up and go hop on a plane and go somewhere else, I'm going. And I have like zero tolerance for a grown man that doesn't have a passport. It's just I'm very picky, and I know it sounds really horrible.
Wow.
It sounds terrible. I know. Um, yes, yes, I know it sounds just terrible. But what kind of message do you have for our listeners, Mr. Bobbitt?
I don't know. Just I didn't prepare a message, but yeah, I would say be good to each other. It's the holiday seasons are coming up. Thanksgiving. There's a lot to be thankful for, and living in this great country, and hopefully we'll get Trump back.
Yes, please. I want him. I
Yep.
love him. I
Same.
love red.
Yeah.
I'm a hardcore Republican. Everyone knows that about me. Whether it's him or DeSantis, that's all I want back in this country. I don't like. I would hate to see Gavin Newsom become president or frickin' this this Manchurian candidate that's sitting there. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
Well, I mean, for everybody who's into religion, I would, because I was in religion growing up. I
Uh,
mean, my whole family was. So, reading the Bible, going to church, listening to, sermons and stuff, and getting the message, it really made me feel good inside. And to be around a lot of good people. It was a really good, positive environment. So I think that's what I'd say is, find a good Bible-based church and read the Bible and hang around with good people and learn how to, you know, be a better person and self-reflect. You know,
I want
it's like this, as Jasmine
Yeah,
does.
well,
It's like
kind
Jasmine
of.
does.
I want to go on a date with the My Pillow guy with Mike Lindell. Like, I think he has such pretty eyes. Like,
Like Lindell.
I don't want to have sex with him. I just want to go out with him to dinner, right? So, like, I've approached
Yeah.
him. So that is the only thing I want is I want to have dinner with the My Pillow guy and talk to him about his life story. So even if there's anyone listening to this, you tell Mike Lindell I wasn't trying to fucking hit on him. I think he looks exotic. He has high cheekbones, darker skin and nice eyes. I just want to know if the fucker is like Native American. It doesn't mean I want him, but I do want to talk to him. So that's the only wish I have for like one of the wishes I have for this upcoming year. What's your wish for the upcoming year aside from love?
I have a lot of wishes. I wish that I get with a good network and they tell my story the way it should have been told, and there's just peace and love in the world again. A lot of peace and love. I mean, you got to get rid of the you know too many
Yeah.
demons. It's way too many demons. It's like this girl that was in Utah. She got a $2 million life insurance policy on her husband. So she bought $900 worth of fentanyl. So that didn't work. So she looked up on the computer, what's a lethal dose of fentanyl? So she went out and bought another $900 worth of fentanyl and made him a cocktail. That's what you gotta do. You gotta mix it with alcohol. But so he died. She collected the money and wrote a child's book on grief. Now she's in Park City, Utah, on charges, murder charges.
Good. Good.
So murder
So she
charges.
could write a bunch of other books from jail or
I
something.
mean, for the love of money is the root of all evil. It's true. A government, they take all their taxes and do whatever they want with the money.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of corruption, and that's how the Democrats stay in power. Is they have a lot of money flowing in, and they buy elections, and they buy judges, they buy machines and voting software. They buy it, and then they have money to cover it up.
Yeah.
They have money to cover it up. So that's what they do. You know,
Yep.
and it's like how do you win an election when somebody just purchases it?
Exactly.
It's like it's not you just purchase the just buy it. So now everything's high right now, so they're collecting more money so they can stay in power. It's like in the 2016 election, they had it rigged. They thought Hillary was going to win, and Trump was a joke, and he won. He won, and it was rigged. And she got pissed. Oh, she was pissed. You can't win. You can't win a rigged election.
Well, hold on a second. There's also the
She
fact
was
that
doing
like there
things
are
like
people like I don't vote with my vagina. I don't
election.
vote with emotion. I vote with logic and the issues. So she wasn't talking about
Yeah,
the issues. We're talking about bullshit equal pay for women. Here's how you get paid. You get paid based upon, your actual skill set and how good of a job you do. Not if you think you're this or that, you
that's right.
identify as that, not because of skin color. It's the job. This is a conversation I think we have to have on my live stream on Off the Rails because I cover conspiracy theories sometimes, and not that this is a conspiracy theory, but I think you'd be the perfect guest. So yes, everyone,
It's
yeah,
not.
you'd be perfect. So I think,
It's
huh?
not a.
It's
It's
not a
not a
conspiracy
conspiracy
theory,
theory.
but the thing is, we can go
It's not a
down that
conspiracy. They're
road,
saying that
huh?
because it's controlled speech. It's called controlled speech. When you say conspiracy theory or baseless claims or something like that, it's just controlled speech. They're trying to get you to think, okay, it's nothing. You know,
Right.
they don't. They're being getting ready to be exposed, so they throw controlled speech. It's kind of like word salad. Having a conversation, you're getting to the point. You're getting to the facts and details, and the person that's involved in the conversation you're about to expose them. So they throw something in the conversation that has nothing to do with what you're talking about to confuse the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Wait, okay, just stay on topic, okay? We're getting to the point. We're getting ready to uncover the details, which exposes the truth.
Oh, for sure.
And there's so many people out there that don't want the truth exposed. That truth hurts. And also, what is it? The saying is, no one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. That's when you're dealing with narcissistic people, evil people that lie and you're full of deception, manipulation, and stuff like. They don't want the truth. They don't want any of that. They live in a fictional world and they just want tabloid stuff.
That's true.
They don't want the reality stuff. They want the nonfiction. They want the fiction.
Yeah.
And that's the way the world is. They want nothing. They don't want to hear the truth.
No, it's perfect. No,
They want to hear it.
100% correct. So with that said,
but
we're gonna.
but if you're intelligent, if you're an intelligent person, and you're a fact finder and you want the truth, you're gonna want to hear it. You want to do a little bit of digging.
Oh yeah.
Dig a little bit. Dig a little bit without being put in a body bag. Hey, I think that hey, I think that Jasmin knows too much.
Yeah, maybe, but this is
Oh, she's
definitely,
figuring things
huh?
out. Uh-oh. Yeah,
This is
yeah.
something we'll
It's
keep
just
going on about. I
it's
think
the
you'd be the
mafia.
perfect guest for Off the Rails one day, with not necessarily conspiracy theory, but our theories on things, and it'll definitely be a good conversation. Plus, I'm sure there are fans that would want to ask you things as well, because you've been like hidden away in your shell, and I think it's like your coming out time, John. Right? It's your
Yeah.
coming out time. So hopefully, I got to see you in the flesh one day sooner than later, because you're a very interesting person. But besides that, I advocate 100% for you. Thank you.